Welcome to Vancouver. My name is Jan Fogg with Homes at Jan, and today I'm going to take you to downtown Vancouver, and I'm going to show you what our downtown is like, what the characteristics are, and what you can expect if you want to live here. So let's get started. So this is downtown Vancouver. Downtown Vancouver is split into two different sections, downtown and uptown village. Now the downtown Vancouver comprised of three different neighborhoods: Esther Short, Hawk, and Arnada. The Esther Short neighborhood is mostly a business district, and this is what we're driving through now. So there's a ton of great restaurants, bars, shoppings, and entertainment in the downtown area, and people really love being on Main Street and on Washington Street. So because Esther Short is a business district, there's not a lot of traditional housing. Most of the housing that you'll see in the Esther Short neighborhood are going to be condos and apartments. In fact, for the last 3 years or so, 95% of the listings that came through in the Esther Short neighborhood has been condo sales. And that's not atypical of like a business district. There's just not a lot of single family in the designated, commercial and business district area. So when I hear clients say that I want to live in downtown Vancouver, what most of them are really talking about is I want to live in the Hawk and Arnada neighborhood. Now Hawk and Arnada makes up Uptown Village. So we have downtown where Esther Short is, and then north of that we have Uptown Village, which is split in the middle by Main Street, and it's going to be Hawk and Arnada neighborhood. So it's kind of a surprise to a lot of people because downtown is such a desirable living area, but it didn't always used to be that way. Back in the 90s, downtown Vancouver actually almost went bankrupt. There's just businesses were leaving downtown. There was a lot of people living in the area, and it's becoming more and more vacant. So the city spent millions and millions of dollars into revitalizing downtown into what it is today. So there is a huge difference between downtown in the 90s and the downtown of today. And part of that is, one, on Main Street, where new businesses have come in and really became the cornerstone of downtown, such as Kindred Homestead Supplies. But another part of that is the Vancouver Waterfront area, and also the Esther Short Park, where we have our farmers market every weekend. So in 1953, Esther Short Park donated 5 acres of land to become a public park in Vancouver. And that's this park right here to my right. And it became the oldest public park in Washington and the oldest park in the West, one of the oldest park in the West. And it's one of the cornerstones of downtown Vancouver because, one, you get this nice big, beautiful park. There's about 100 rose bushes in there. It has an accessible playground so that it's more inclusive for children with disabilities. And also, it's also the hosting site of our weekend farmers market. We have a farmers market next to the park every weekend, and as of 2023, the city has allowed it to become a year-round farmers market. So that's very exciting news for our downtown Vancouver area. And in the summer, there's a ton of festivals that go on in Esther Short Park. So you'll get the Beer and Wine Festival, the Jazz Festival, the Aloha Festival. So really, like almost every weekend, there's some sort of festival going on in Esther Short Park. And it's such a good community building area of Vancouver. So coming up, you see a ton of high rises. And this is the Vancouver Waterfront area. It started up ahead at the Grant Pier, and there's a beautiful walking trail from Grant Pier all the way down to where the freeway is. And this area just has a ton of great restaurants and great wineries, and really like some of the best restaurants in Vancouver are in this area. And in terms of housing, almost every high rises that you just saw are apartment buildings. So there is only one condo in the waterfront area that you can own, and it's this building right ahead, right here, the blue one. It's called the Kirkland Tower, and I actually had a listing there a little bit ago, and it's a beautiful, gorgeous building, and it's definitely a luxury condo. There's a dog washing station, a bike rack room, a sky lounge on the 12th floor with panoramic view of the Columbia River. And of course, you get all the amenities that, you know, the waterfront has to offer. And it's really one of the best places to live in downtown, if you can afford it. The cheapest unit in that condo is around $1 million. So it's definitely a high-end luxury condo. And speaking of housing in Esther Short, because it's a business district, there's not a lot of single-family homes. Most of the housing that you'll see in Esther Short is going to be either apartments or condos. And in fact, for the last 3 years, about 95% of the listings that came through has been condo sales. And of course, we can't talk about Vancouver and moving to Vancouver without talking about the weather. So the Pacific Northwest area is known for cloudy, rainy weather. We get rain about 9 months out of the year. And that sounds really depressing and gloomy, but that's actually not true. Like, yes, we get rain, but we also get a lot of sunshine. Take today, for example. It rained pretty heavily in the morning for like maybe 2 hours, and then that's it. The rest of the day is going to be beautiful, clear skies like this, and with this great autumn landscape. This is my favorite season, by the way. Just watching all the leaves change colors. I love the city. So I just realized that this video has gone on longer than I would like because there's so much to talk about and see in each of these neighborhoods. So I will see you in part 2, Hawk and Arnada neighborhood of downtown Vancouver. If you have any questions about moving to Vancouver or living in Vancouver, shoot me an email, text, call, whatever, and get in touch. I would be more than happy to help you with any questions that you have about the Vancouver real estate market. Again, my name is Jan Fogg from Homes with Jan, and I will see you in the next neighborhood. Bye!